Alright, with that diversion dealt with, let's press deeper into this place. One less group of Scarlet Chorus to muddy the works. I'm just gonna steal your scrolls now. What is that, carpet? I got your water, now you're gonna die in this desert, ha! No, I'm messing around. Yeah, those are carpets, right? Rugs? Yeah. Watch your step, Fatebinder. The stone sea is a rather steep drop from Halfgate's edge. Wouldn't want you to slip off now. What can a poor trader do for you? This place sure has been wrecked. And by a Fatebinder like you, no less. No offense to you, of course. You're good justice. But if you ever get, if I ever get my sights on who did this, I'll give him a ripe piece of my mind. The city lost everything to the edict. Her homes, her people, even her name. You can't imagine what it was like to watch her quake and burn. Well, it's not the Fatebinder's fault as much as Kairos' fault, though. They're the ones that put out the edict. The Fatebinders are required to do exactly those things. Although, of course, there's the whole Nazi, like, just following orders excuse thing that you can question, too. Although, unlike real life, there's an extra fantasy level of being forced to do something by an all-powerful, godlike character that could, like, in response to you not doing the edict, could burn down your entire village without a thought or something like that. Possibly. Now that the city's death slide is settled, we only have to deal with occasional rumbling. The tremors come and go like sweeping summer storms. Most blame the disfavored. The Earthshakers are no help at all. The Scarlet Chorus, at least, want to solve the problem. Halfgate's townfolk sympathize with the Scarlet Chorus, is that so? Well, we don't like them, but we don't hate them either. They've got a plan to stop the Earth's trembling, so they say. Kill Cairn, kill the Quakes. Once the land's at rest, we can rebuild the farm again. I hear the folks of Halfgate feel the disfavored are causing problems. Have you come to help, then? Those meddling Earthshakers are protecting Cairn, but for the life of me, I couldn't tell you why. Maybe they like the trembling he causes every time he rattles and moans. But how are we to rebuild so long as the Archon lives? Anything noteworthy in stock? Afraid not. I am plumb out of, well, everything. A bit of gambling's all I've got to trade at the moment, if you're in the market. Farewell. So just a quick intro to the overall area. Trial of the Archons. Interesting. Right, because they're protecting Karen's corpse, which is that doesn't go well for them, actually. Let's see. Where is it? Disfavored soldiers encroached on Scarlet Chorus Operation Stone Sea. Territory legally claimed by Voices of Nerat. Ah! Interesting. They're in trouble for being here in the Stone Sea. I was thinking they were in trouble for defending Cairn, because an edict was put forth to kill Cairn, so the Stone Shakers should be eliminated for that. They're acting in direct contradiction with the word of Kairos. This one looks like a pushover, says Janny the Reaver, who apparently does not want to talk to me. Shut it! Don't you recognize Tunav's Fatebinder when you see him? These dangling ropes serve as a last desperate attempt to keep homes together following the collapse. The aftershocks proved to be too much for the makeshift supports. They tried, but this place is a mess. If you want to try to live here, you may as well try to live like... Oh, Tunav's Fatebinder, yes, I hope you've come on a mission of peace. Yeah, if you're going to try to live here, you should get used to living in a tent under the sky or something, because I don't know how well you can get any structure to stay standing if it's shaking like this. The earthquakes are hard. Ah, welcome, traveler. I've seen many new faces recently. It's getting hard to keep track of all of you. It seems every other day we got a new scavenger or artifact hunter or just completely odd folks coming through these parts. Almost unsettling, if you ask me. His eyes linger on Kills in Shadow for a moment and he sniffs, his face taking a sour look. And if it isn't one type, it's another. He looks back at you and smiles again, although it doesn't quite reach his eyes. What is other type? Stronger than pathetic human type? She scratches her scarred, hairy teat and grins to show grace in her fangs. Is there anything I can do to help you? Any information you need about the area? Tell me more about Halfgate. Well, let's see. It used to be called Plains Gate until Cairn came traipsing through and Fatebinder Callio cast the Edict of Stone on him, destroying thousands of lives in the process. He purses his lips. But you can't win a war without casualties, at least that's what we're told. I guess you could blame it. I guess you can presumably blame it somewhat on the reader of the edict, too, because I had some level of discretion, or, well, I didn't have that much option individually, but I had some control over how, when I read the edict in Vengeance as well, at least in the context of the story, if not in player action. And in the prologue, the Blade of Storm's edict, I did get the option to very specifically control how and when I read it. So it's possible maybe you could have evacuated the area first, or maybe tried to do it when Cairn was in a specific location that would have caused less collateral damage. Because I think that the earthquakes are based around Cairn, not the region, and he just happens to be here. Even after, we kept getting hit hard by the earthquakes. We've lost a lot of people and possessions, but other areas were hit even harder during the edict. Guess you could say we're in the eye of the storm. Earthquakes. Kids these days watch 10 years of ornithological sketches vanish in 20 seconds of smoke, then tell me about your slow, leisurely tremors. Oh no, the roads are shifting and my map's obsolete. Actually, that does sound quite odious. No matter what happens, we need to keep a positive outlook because it could be far worse. Things can always be worse, Fatebinder. How has Cairn's passing affected the settlers of this town? Townsfolk have taken to joining scavenging crews and heading into the Stone Sea to search for artifacts and other treasures. Problem is, the Stone Sea is full of dangers, and those scavengers put their lives in danger each time they leave the settlement. Is there anything I can do to help the scavengers? There is indeed a way you can help, Fatebinder. A scavenging mission went out a few days back. We haven't seen them since. The longer they're gone, the more I'm sure they won't be coming back. I'll take a look. That's wonderful news, Fatebinder. Thank you. He smiles and grabs your hand, shaking it vigorously. They're on their way to Stone Down, but no one knows if they even arrived. The territory of Stone Down is a dangerous gorge recently reclaimed by the Stone Stalkers following the Edict of Storm's casting. No Stone Down. Is Stone Stalkers' territory is dangerous for humans to venture into reclaimed tribe lands. Tell me more what you know about Cairn. What is there to say other than he ruined our lives? We are beset with earthquakes, and we've lost so many friends because of him. After the destruction here, he headed into the Stone Sea, and that's where he still lies. His body turned into stone, and the story is he's trapped. And that's what is causing the earthquakes. His ongoing death throes are tearing land apart. But those damned disfavored won't let him die, so we're the ones stuck suffering. Do you know how I can find Cairn's body? I hear it's a place called Howling Rock, but I'm no adventurer. My entire life is here in town, so I wouldn't even know where to begin regarding how to get there. But best I can offer is to tell you to keep asking around town. Someone's bound to know more than I do. Once a fertile swath of farmland, Howling Rock, as the Stone Stalkers took to calling it, is now a precipitous stretch of craggly peaks and bluffs that roils with the cries of a slowly dying Archon. What do you know about the spires in the Stone Sea? Deep in the heart of Beastmen territory, there's one. Those are the dangerous parts. You best be watching your back out there. He nods solemnly before continuing. The other is surrounded by those rock worshippers where the Colossus of Stone finally collapsed. Stone Colossus? Are you just talking about Cairn? Yeah, that giant of an Archon. He kept moaning and groaning as he made his way across the land, left destruction in his wake and riled up the Beastmen something fierce. Believe he fell somewhere near Dawning Spire. He gives his head a scratch, pondering the situation. Some of the vendors here in town could tell you more. I know they've had some dwellings with the scavengers in those areas. So what are the Scarlet Chorus doing here? All I know is they've come in promising to help us with the Beastmen and telling everyone they'll take care of the earthquakes. I don't know if they're telling the truth or not, but if they can take all those beasts away, I'm willing to give them all the help they want. Have you seen Disfavored in the area? I've not seen any personally, but I've heard they've set up around Karen's body at Howling Rock. No one in town wants them around. Everyone here blames them for the ongoing quakes. That's all I need to know for now. Okay, so we're given specific reason to go after the Disfavored because they're blocking our way to Cairn. So helping any of them was probably a mistake in this case. Whoops. I am somewhat annoyed that I didn't have the option just to sit by and watch like I did in the past. It's weird that in a previous situation the game already gave me the option to sit by and watch and then they took it away in this case. A home lays flattened by the quake that shattered Halfgate. The majority of structures here stood no chance against the strength of the tremors. I see you over there, Chest. We actually might be able to explore this whole place in one episode. I'm used to towns taking a long time, but this is like a couple screens in size. Doesn't seem to be a Lethian's Crossing, at least. Can I talk to these guys? Claret the Flayer and Iskander. Fatebinder, I request your formal adjudication in these proceeds. Surely I'll lose my life if you don't intercede. The dirty refugee kneels, head bowed and greasy hair flung forward as he begs. Shut your fribbling mouth, mummer. The Fatebinder doesn't want to hear from a reeking, shit-caked worm like you. The young man lifts his face in a defiant glare. He's indeed filthy and stinking, his lips dry and cracked, his skin blistered and mud-streaked and peeling, but his frame is slight, his posture rigid, and his hands are remarkably smooth, uncalloused. I will not hold my peace. We have rights under Kairos' peace. The woman rears the blunt edge of her sword for a strike. Two burly, equally dirty refugees rush forward to defend the slider man, but he stays them with a single raised hand, instead taking the blow harshly across the face. His head whips to the side and he grimaces, spitting blood before he speaks again. Fatebinder, please. Let him speak. She shrugs as she wipes the flat of her blade clean. She sheaths it in an easy gliding swing and kicks back on her heels. I tried to spare you. It's not entirely clear if her warning is meant for you or this still kneeling refugee. The man doesn't wait to find out. His words tumble out rapidly, spurred by both his eagerness and fear that he's garnered the full weight of your attention. It's true we've displaced Tearsmen. We've managed some semblance of survival living in Azure's ruins after the edict. He clenches his fists in the folds of his tattered robes, the discolored remnants of the azure silk, to hide his shaking fingers. This gentlewoman and her compatriots in the chorus found us, but we did not resist. We surrendered forthwith and pledged ourselves to Tunon. Don't let them swindle you. The Weasley pricks just want us to ship them along. They know we don't have the manpower nor the resources to send them up the supply routes to Bastard City, so they're hoping to slip off. She widens her stance and tips her chin boldly, standing behind her decision. If they won't pledge themselves to the Voices, we've no use for them. You're awful well-spoken for a commoner. You're also quite well-educated regarding Kairos' laws. Indeed I am. He licked his dried lips and glances off to the side, considering. He chooses his next words cautiously. My attendants and I can be in service to the courts. My intellect would not be wasted. I can bring you a wealth of knowledge regarding Azure's history and customs, her magic and laws, her royal line. Your robes are faded but deeply blue, your hair dirtied but blonde, your hands have never worked a tool nor weapon. Something you want to show me before I make my final ruling? For a moment, the young man says nothing. His attendants protest in harried, rushed voices, but again he waves them off. Wondering if I've this? He asks, finally as he dips two fingers behind the collar of his robe and reveals a glimpse of a gnarled, scarred insignia beneath his clavicle. It's the mark of the Azure Royal. The mark of this individual bears is the seal of House Varia, one of the leading houses of Azure prior to the Edict of Stone. The members of the royal family were all thought present in the Grand Palace of Azure on the same day the edict was cast. The entire building was pulverized by grinding stone in moments. However, judging by this man's age and the seal he wears, he is likely one of the last surviving children of the Queen Regent. The Horde Guard leans closer, face scrunched curiously. What's that? It's nothing for you to concern yourself with. She scowls, irked at being shut out, but she's quick to dismiss it, kicking back once more on her heels. Fine, keep your secrets. Who could fathom what goes on in the head of a Fatebinder anyhow? Assuming he got that brand legitimately, Lantry leans in with a whisper. That marks him as a bonded retainer of Azure royalty. Safe to assume he's illiterate. So he's literate, educated, and probably pretty wealthed up until a few years back. Lantry, you probably shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff out loud right now. After the bluff I just did, I've made my decision. I am forced to say next. The refugee nods and swallows hard. Then please do not leave me wanting in torturous wait. What is to be my fate? I have so many options here. If only this happened in the main story ever. It only happens in weird isolated pockets. I can send them to Bastard City to serve the chorus. They've pledged themselves to Tunon and have the right to under Kairos' peace. I can say choose whether or not to join the chorus. They can settle in the town otherwise. I can kill him and conscript the rest. No. Send them to Narat for questioning. No. Free this one along with the 2 attendants. Do what you want with the rest. What rest? There's only 3 of them here. There's supposed to be more of them somewhere? Let's see. Well, this is finally my chance. I hate the chorus, and I don't want to deal with them. And I serve Tunon, and if I have a chance to send them directly to Tunon, even though they might escape, but then they have to deal with the wrath of the courts if they break my word. If I have a chance to power up the faction I actually want to serve here, then I'm going to take the chance. So, send the refugees to Bastard City to serve within the courts. They've pledged themselves to Tunon and thus have a right to live under Kairos' peace. Thank you, Fatebinder. The refugee buries his face in his hands, shoulders trembling with his overwhelming relief. You won't regret this. You lost favor with the Scarlet Chorus and gained wrath with the Scarlet Chorus. The guard shakes her head, incredulous. Long as it's no skin off my back, I mean that, it won't be my life for theirs. They escape, I'll be sure to let everyone know that it was a Fatebinder who turned them loose. How are we doing with Scarlet Chorus at this point? Still a favor of 3 and only a wrath of 1. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. And then they all conspicuously walk off together. They don't really put much thought into some of that stuff when everyone walks away to disappear. What is this horde down here? Nirek! Stumpfoot puffs out his chest. You've been pushing into my territory. It stops now. Get out, or the only thing you'll be pushing is your guts back inside the slit I open across your belly. The gang boss raises an unconcerned glance. And still he keeps talking. Why do you think I've been able to encroach this far? You're all chatter, Stumpy. Your gang deserves a leader with a spine. She draws a sharp blade as he talks. In service to Miseries. Do I even know who Misery is yet, actually? I don't know if I care about what they're up to. I am gonna watch silently. Fatebinder, Stumpfoot waves you over. God damn it. Just the kind of unbiased opinion I need for the situation. This fetid fish tit keeps hedging my turf, angling to filch my conscripts. Push her from the stone sea, and I'll sing your praises to Narat. Quick as you please. She glances from Stumpfoot to you. So you're too afraid to fight me now that little Narek's showing you some grit, are you? To think you, of all goitered shitlickers, could drag the authorities into it. Typical coward. You can't even stop yourself from proving my point. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? What are these choices? What? I'm baffled right now. It's a minor side thing, so who cares to some extent, but wow. Every time ever, before being forced to make a decision, I get the option to, like, ask them about what's going on and get context for the situation. And then I can, after getting a bunch of context, I can then make a decision. Or, like we did before, when the Scarlet Chorus fought each other, I had the option to just watch the Scarlet Chorus fight and just stay out of it, which was also valid. Neither of those are happening right now. I just walked in on this, and I'm supposed to either attack one side, attack the other side, or attack both sides, and those are my only options. This game just doesn't work as a role-playing game. Like, the decisions are too nonsensical and too inconsistent, where they're simultaneously repetitive and inconsistent, where they give me the same exact encounter I've seen multiple times before. So they're being repetitive there, where they're reusing the same concept over and over again, as for where, like, there's two people feuding in the Scarlet Chorus over leadership and stuff like that. But then they don't have the same rules of how I'm allowed to respond to the situation, so it's just nonsense. I'm just gonna attack both of them out of spite at this point, because fuck the Scarlet Chorus. Can't say I'm surprised that Stumpy here would get himself killed. Narek draws a weapon and focuses on you with interest. You, though? You're something else. I might actually enjoy nodding your scalp onto my belt. Alright, well, we're fighting two groups of Scarlet Chorus members now. Are they gonna fight each other, or just me? That's a good question. Did all that just happen too? Wrath of Scarlet Chorus, favor of Zone C. Wrath of Scarlet Chorus, lost favor of Scarlet Chorus. I think that might have happened beforehand, actually. A little hard to say. That's the search and rescue quest. How's Scarlet Chorus looking now? Wrath's on his way to 2. that probably did happen just now then. It's fine. So, they might all be attacking me though. I'm gonna quick save just in... No, can't save while in combat. Well... No, they're fighting each other. Okay, I can work with that. That's good. This is a good time... Oh, no! I can't use these abilities because I haven't rested. That's... I kind of wish that if you... I wish that your game would automatically rest your characters if you travel for several days from point A to point B. Because at that point it just feels implied, right? Unless we're supposed to think that these characters can just walk non-stop for 4 days straight, they presumably rested along the way. So the idea that your rest-based skills don't regenerate when you travel for days on end is kind of weird. Unless rest means you literally sit around and do nothing, period, for a long period of time. But it's just an 8-hour sleep, I think. So that's actually not... That still doesn't fit, really. Anyway. I probably shouldn't do iron tolling, actually. I already have a full batch of aggro. If I try to go full aggro, I would just pull more enemies towards me that could otherwise be fighting enemies instead. Let's just fight somebody with this attack. We'll try to focus on this Horde character for now. I'll do the attack that benefits from being cast against somebody who, do they have armor? They have some armor. That's the attack you use when somebody's engaged with you. Let's see, False Pit, Unravel Mines. It's probably a good idea if it... Oh, yeah. Maybe I should go for that. Okay, Lantry. 10% bonus max health for 45 seconds. Removes random hostile effect. 14-second of pulsing. Max health's probably going to help in a fight like this. Let's start with that. You can get right up in here and swipe. Can I get two of them at once? Frustrating. Well, this person's here now, so we'll have to deal with that. You get closer. I'm gonna unleash a cone. Oh god, this is going to chaos quickly, isn't it? Well, I guess I'll get experience for it one way or another. What are you doing, Barrack? He started running around like a lunatic. He probably just got himself some freaking negative effects from that one. Oh, it's because I chose. It's probably because I chose him an attack target for him, but then everyone started moving, and so he probably couldn't get to his target and freaked out. The AI seems to have taken over at this point, though. Here comes the AoE. How'd that work out? 3 people are dazed at the very least. That's a start. Can I hit multiple targets with one of these? That'd be good. You should probably help out too. Let's see, Titan's Touch. You have crazy range for that now. Bonus damage and resolve. Let's give that to... Oh yeah. Does that really happen to everybody? This is one of my newer ones. Yeah. Hit my entire party with that. Do I have to pick a target?
Apologies.
That'll help. There's a cone of buffing. Okay. Maybe I should go for this now. Let's start using some of our crazy abilities now. Damage to an area and gaining a burst of damage over time. Is it gonna hit all of them or one of them? Let's hit this character. Give that a shot. This could be interesting. Oh my god. Well, that was neat. Alright. Multi-strike critically hits Horde. Skyblade critically hits Horde for 95 piercing. Alright, yeah, they're not going to be doing so well right now, which I'm cool with. I'm making a mess with all these abilities. Stampede. Instantly dash to a target and attack. Fatebinder attack stuns the target and all nearby enemies nearby. That could be fun. Oh, this is fun. Let's just screw around with all of our crazy abilities. Oh my god. These abilities. Where is that in this list? Killing Rush. Is that what it was called? Stampede. I'm looking for Stampede. What is Killing Rush actually? I don't remember. Anyway, let's Kills in Shadow. Where are you? Engaged in melee. Is it up here somewhere? Kills in Shadow, quickly hits Stumpfoot. It's Dual Claw. Killed. Killed. Hey, level up on Guy Love Bridge. Cool. I don't even see the skill, honestly. The feed went so fast that I may not be able to find it without like a Control F feature or something. Yeah, I'm glancing around and I don't see it. I see Killing Rush, which is not the same skill name. The important thing is a lot of people are clearly dead, including Stumpfoot now. Even Barrack is annihilating Horde. We're down to what, 4 enemies it looks like? My entire party is doing just fine on health, and this might be enough to push 3 of them over into leveling up too. Let's do our swipe. And a Heart Strike. You hit the person you're engaging with. Actually, no, that one's closer to dying. Let's try to finish them off. That'll finish them off. You're healing people. Healing who? There's no one to heal right now. Let's change your target. Not a ton of options. Greater Renewal is armor penetration and bonus armor. It's not a terrible idea. Or I can do Quicken. Do I have more spells hiding down here that I'm forgetting? I've got like group attacks, right? Watcher's Judgment. Interrupting someone's and lowering their non-physical armor. Let's just do a buff. Right around there. Yeah, we're just demolishing them today. Yep, there goes that guy. There goes that guy. Down to our last target. They won't last. Oh, Scarlet Chorus, you embarrass yourself. Well, that was satisfying. I got out a lot of frustration I've been pointing in their general direction for the last few hours. Horde bracers, light leather. Let's compare. Probably not worth it. It's the same as my current item without the multi-strike, so no. Cairn's Leaf. Bonus armor, not bad. Damaged bronze greatsword. No, yeah, I don't think we're using that. Let's put the sword away. Might give the leaf to Kilson Shadow, who only has natural armor. Take that, Scarlet Chorus. The word of the day is catharsis. Let's go level up my main character. Let's give ourselves another stat upgrade. So I've been putting points into leadership for a while, but I want to go a little bit further into ranged. I can get Throne Mastery 2. Gives me a increased chance of attacking multiple times in a row and a 10% bonus to thrown weapon damage. There's a few nasty things in here I can get. Our party's gotten really hardy, so I'm not super concerned about leadership upgrades at the moment, and there's some pretty cool stuff I can get in the range tree also. I think I just evened them up too. Yeah, we're 5 points into both of them now. There we go. Now what do I want to go in next? I could just go further into might. At some point we actually cap it out before, and it starts costing more for me to get again. Although it's always tempting to go further into finesse. Partly because I want anything I can do to increase my... Because finesse increases precision, right? I'm not crazy? Physical and mental precision. Because, yeah, I like the idea of increasing chances of crits and special effects and getting past people's armor and making sure all the hits happen. And it also is the primary effect on some of my skills, but not all of them. Yeah, quickness is dodge. Parry is... So, finesse is parry. But then thrown weapons, of course, is the specialty, which... Yep, still primarily benefits from might, admittedly. I'm gonna go into finesse this time, though. There we go. We have ourselves another level 10, who is prepared to go off to a trainer again and get a few ranks in their skills that way, which will be nice. And 2 characters, really everyone in the party is agonizingly close to leveling up again.